I got a story for you guys. So, you know what's worse than being broke? You know what's worse than being broke? And not being able to get like the car that you want? It's having the car, but still feeling like shit about yourself when you get out of it. I just posted this video on Instagram with the Urus. I was getting out of posted the Urus and coming out of the gym on that video. And I was remembering, I was thinking about that car when I was watching that video, and I was like, dude, I remember when I was so broke, I was like, dude, I'll never afford a car like that. And I remember how shitty that felt. And then I remember getting the car and how great it felt to be inside. But I also remember this time in my life where I got a nice car and I got inside of it, and then I got out of that car and I still feel like shit about myself. And dude, I'll tell you, man, there is nothing worse. The feeling of not getting the car is not as bad as the feeling of getting out of the car that you love and the dream car that you want and feeling like shit about you. And that's what I'm gonna talk about today, is I'm gonna help you guys overcome that self-sabotage and feel good about yourself, so when you get the car, or if you have the car, you can get out of it and feel good about you, man. For you guys that are new to the channel, I'm Jeremiah Sullivan, former Army Ranger. I was a quitter, quit on myself at a young age, 18 years old. My first dream was to be an athlete. I gave up on that. And then I was just a loser and quitter. But then I turned it all around. I started working on my mindset, got around good mentors, people that showed me what was possible, you know? Like in the military, I got around this guy. I used to run the 12-mile ruck march, do the 12-mile ruck march in like 4 hours. And then I saw people doing it in under 2 hours. And I was like, damn, bro. Like, it was amazing when I saw them do it under 3 hours. I was like 12 miles with like near 45 pounds on their back. And they do that in 3 hours. And then they did it. And I saw guys doing it under 2.5. And I was like, holy shit. And then I saw a guy, he did it under 2 hours. I was like, what the fuck? But once I started seeing what was possible, I started stretching myself, started growing, and I started modeling those guys. And I actually, my fastest time with my 12-mile ruck march was 1 hour and 57 minutes with 45 pounds on my back. That is moving, man. That is moving. It's basically jogging, running the whole thing. And but the point of this video is I transformed my life, turned into a top 1%er by getting around the right people. And now I'm here to pay that forward to you guys, help you become a 1%er, get the life that you want, business that you love. And so the story is this. I came home from a deployment and I had $30,000 in the bank, and I was 21 years old. And when you got back from a deployment, if you guys ever served in the military, you know how this is true. You get back from the deployment, basically 2006, 7, 8, that range. What'd you do? You bought a freaking car, man. Everybody bought a car, my friend. You know, and you bought cars that you couldn't afford. And I remember coming out of my barracks room and I looked into the parking lot after a deployment one time, and the whole car parking lot was full of nice exotic cars. I mean, they were like the 30,000 air cars, but all of us were broke before we came in the military. And so a $30,000 car was like, you know, a $250,000 or $500,000 car to us. So anyways, I come back from that deployment, I got $30,000 in the bank, everybody's buying new cars, and I get myself a little something, you know, and I get myself a 350Z, man. 21 years old, I buy myself a 350Z, and that thing felt like a Ferrari to me, dude. That thing felt like a Ferrari to me. But I remember I came out of the barracks one time, and the barracks were like dorms room. And I came out one time late at night, and I heard some noise, and there were some guys throwing beer bottles into the parking lot with all these nice cars in the barracks parking lot. I was like, oh my God. I started parking my car in a different spot. And, you know, soldiers do crazy shit. But anyway, so then there was one weekend, I took the car and I go to Best Buy and I go to blow some more money because I still had some money in the bank. I'm thinking I'm a baller, you know, I got my new car, I got some money, cash in the bank, and I'm of age, I can drink, you know. So I go into Best Buy and I get out of my 350Z. And the thing is that I had been drinking and partying on the weekends, and I wasn't really I didn't have positive habits. I had a lot of money in the bank, quote unquote. But I felt like that, and I felt like I bought the car because I wanted to validate myself. I thought it would impress people. And I didn't really pick exactly what I wanted. I picked what I thought other people would think I was impressed by. They would be impressed by. And I remember I get out of this car at Best Buy and I go inside and I start talking to the cashier and I'm kind of flirting with her and everything. And I start bragging about like the car and some things that I'm buying in Best Buy. And she just did not give a flying fuck, man. She didn't care. And I was so hurt. I was like, yeah, I just got, I got the car out there, got the 350Z, that's it right there, pointed to it and kind of looked for a reaction. And she looked at me and she's like, okay, that's cool. And I was like, damn, dude, she didn't even care. And then I was like, yeah, we're going to go do this, we're going to go do something this weekend if you want to come or whatever. She's like, oh, no, that's good. And I remember the things I was buying in the car did not impress her at all. And I was so mad. I was so hurt. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I thought when I got the car and I got the money and I was going to be wanted. The chicks were going to want me, dude. What the hell? And I remember getting so upset, and I got back in that car, and the car no longer meant shit to me. I was not proud sitting in it. I was hurt. I hated myself when I sat in that car because, one, I bought the car for validation. Number two, I didn't really care about myself. I didn't love myself at that time. I was making bad decisions, drinking on the weekend, and I wasn't living a disciplined, focused life. Now, you guys that maybe can't get the car, hey, it hurts. I know what it's like. I used to fucking work for a temp agency. I got paid weekly minimum wage. And I used to make $1,000 a month or something like that. And then I got back from that deployment and I had some money. And so you rich guys, I understand what it's like to be you, where you get in that car, you worked so hard for all this money, you get in the car and you feel like shit about yourself, dude. The car doesn't impress you at all. Maybe it impresses some other people, but you don't care at all because you hate yourself, dude. You hate you. So what I'll tell you is that success is an inside job. But guys, remember that. Success is an inside job. And if you really want to enjoy the car, like now I'll get in the AMG or I'll get in the Urus, I'll go drive around. And bro, I feel so good regardless of the revenue that I'm hitting in my business. The revenue in my business doesn't make me feel even better or worse. I feel so good about me because I have been a disciplined person over the years. So if you want to feel good about you, the key is to stop the self-sabotage. Adopt positive habits. You guys can start with the link that I gave down here with the free discipline guide. That is the best path, dude. You start doing those, and then listen, if you're failing and you're messing it up, you need coaching. You need mindset coaching. If you are heavy, dude, and guys, listen, your belief system is stopping you. You guys can have the physique that you want. You can drop the drink. You can drop the drugs. You can drop the laziness, the procrastination. You just got to get around top people like I did. When I got around the top people, I stopped running the 12-mile ruck march in 4 hours, walking it in 4 hours. And I started doing it in under 2, just by being in proximity. Now listen, I have seen situations where you get around the right top people, but you don't change. Now, if that is your case, if you are a rich guy around top individuals that are fit and rich, and your results are not changing, you don't love you, you're not asking the right questions. They're not coaching you. That's the difference. You have to get the feedback. You have to get the information. And then you have to hold yourself accountable. So if you guys are ready, rich dudes that feel like shit in their rich car but feel like shit about themselves, DM me or actually just fill out the application. Click on the application to work with me and tell me that you're ready. Just say ready, bro. We'll get to work. My group program is $750 to $2,000. One-on-one with me is $10,000 to $50,000. I don't know where you guys are at financially, but either way, both of those prices work for somebody that wants to get started and stop feeling like a piece of shit about themselves. All right? Though that is the investment is for the people that are struggling with the mindset it takes to see their daily disciplines through. I'm telling you guys, there is nothing worse than getting out of that fucking car when you have the money but you hate yourself. And so the way to fix it, the way to fix your inner feeling is to fix your daily habits. It really truly is. I'm speaking from experience. I've been there, and I just want you guys to feel good about yourself so that you can deliver the best you to your wife, to your kids, and be that leader that you would follow. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you can really relate and it inspires you to take action, build positive habits, and become the best version of yourselves. Love you all. Conquer all.